Hi, this is Denise Matthew. I hope you're doing well. We're here today to talk about the full moon lunar eclipse that's going to be happening in Taurus, 16 degrees. It is the last eclipse of 2022. And based on what I've looked at, this really does seem to bode that there are some big changes happening for humanity and really the direction that we're moving going forward. The gate one is the beginning of a new cycle. It is the beginning of the new quarter of mutation, and that is happening as soon as the sun hits the gate one. We're getting into a new quarter. Now the quarter of mutation is all about transformation. This is transforming things in a way that we've never seen them before. Mutation is always something that we're not really looking for, but eventually we know that when the patterns start to crumble, we need to get something new to replace it and to get on a new path, because this truly is talking about our direction in life. The magnetic monopole is going to be activated by a lot of gates. There's a lot of power in this energy. And for me, it really feels like this is like a catalytic event that is going to really usher in brand new energy going into the future. How that plays out, we will see. But let's talk about the lunar eclipse and see what it has to say. So as I said, this eclipse looks like it's going to be quite impactful. And if you want to know exactly where this might be most impactful for you, you can check out your astrology natal chart and see what house it will be playing out in. And for instance, if your ascendant or your rising sign is Taurus, then that means it will be in your first house. And if it's Gemini, it'll be in your 12th house. If it's Cancer, it'll be in your 11th house. And if it's Leo, it'll be in your 10th house, and so forth and so on. As I said, for the month of November, the overall theme seems to be connected to personal direction and finding a new way to move forward in your life. And this truly is talking about the direction of humanity. The coolest thing about this energy is that this also activates the right angle incarnation cross of the Sphinx, which is a huge thing because generally we don't get all the gates we need to make up an incarnation cross when it comes to just the transits, because we don't have a design when we're talking about this energy, only the current transits. Because the cross of the Sphinx is being activated, it means that although we can all feel this energy in one way or another, anyone who has the incarnation cross of the Sphinx might really have a big life direction theme that is coming into play, especially now and of course for the next 6 or so months. The cross of the Sphinx is deeply connected to global cycles, so it brings even more power to the theme of the direction of the future that's based on the themes of the past and also the stable patterns for the collective that we all require that keep us out of chaos. Thematically, with all the individual energy in play, this eclipse really might have us tucked away from the world in your own personal space, finding personal empowerment by strategically planning for your future. The gates 1 and 2 are highlighted overwhelmingly with the Sun, Earth, Moon, nodes, Mercury, and Uranus transiting these gates, so a fulcrum from which all eclipse energy is being spring-loaded. The Earth and the Moon in the gate 2, line 3 patients are in detriment, and talk about being resistant to changing direction even if it's in your best interest. There can be an emotional attachment to staying your present course, even if all the signs are pointing you towards a change. With the full moon, the message is that it's time to let go of something so you can make way for something new. The key component of this energy is adaptation and experimentation with your direction in life, where eventually you can titrate all that you have learned so that you can discover the best direction for you. This encourages you to be a student of life because we never really stop learning. In fact, as soon as we think that it's no longer important to discover more about our direction in life or life in general, there's potential for this energy to become stagnant. Alternatively, this can be about jumping too quickly in another direction before you gain the full picture and valuable information about what your previous direction meant for you. The key is to understand that it's okay to have a few directions in life. It's only when you cling to one direction too long or let go too quickly that you might veer off the life path that's perfect just for you. Globally, we might see sudden pivots in direction or where there's a collective push for new direction for things like technology, humanitarian efforts, and all things internet-based, including social media. The North Node in the Gate 2, Line 1, Intuition, says that finding the right direction for you might be important, but moving towards the most exalted version of you, or what we might term our higher self, might feel more important than normal. In the case of this eclipse, your higher self can mean the version of you that is fully aligned with your life purpose because you're following the breadcrumbs that the universe is leaving for you. This energy asks you to honor your inner knowing, the little internal voice and body connection that whispers which direction to go. How it all unfolds in your life is the universe's secret, because only by walking the path will you discover what's in store for you. Uranus in the gate 2, line 1, secretiveness, rounds out the energy and says that the journey is for you alone. So unless you want interference or even opinions about your plans going forward, then it's better to tread light with those who might want you to shift your direction. We all have our own true north, but many times we allow the mind or even the opinions of others to steer our course and end up bypassing our own inner knowing. Now, not tomorrow, is the time to listen to your internal guidance that's aching to be heard. As the old saying goes, if not now, when? Globally, there might be secret shifts in direction of anything internet-based, social networks, maybe Twitter, or it might even be connected to secret rebellions that people are planning. This is mutative energy, so these changes in direction might be unlike anything we've ever seen before. But because there's duality within all energies, there might be some cases of loose lips where people don't keep their plans secret, and because of that, they'll deal with the backlash from the collective. The sun in the gate 1, line 3, the energy to sustain creative work, reinforces a theme of your individuality and your unique contribution, and encourages you to hold on to your own personal expression about what you want to give to the world, despite interference from others. When you decide what you want to contribute without outside interference, you become the most authentic expression of you. This energy says that there's potential to be influenced by material gains, in that you change your creativity or even mute your authentic self for monetary gains. There's absolutely nothing wrong with monetary gains through your creativity, but when you step away from your authenticity to align with a solely material path, sometimes your creativity can be blocked. The key is always balance. This energy is most rewarding when you allow your own personal creative expression, freedom, and if you do, the abundance that you want may very well show up because you had the steadfastness to stand in your truth. Jupiter in the gate 25, line 1 says that though we can always look for a better tomorrow, sometimes having gratitude for what you have in your life in this very moment can open doors to a brighter future. Accepting what is doesn't negate the changes that you want for your future, but it instead allows you to assess what can be done right now so you can make a game plan that will eventually take you to the future that you desire. And finally, Saturn in the gate 13, line 6, for just a few more days, the optimist is looking for a reason to believe that there's hope for humanity. That no matter what we see in the world right now, there's potential for something better in the future. When we combine this energy with the overall theme of the eclipse, it says that when you find your bliss and the reason for your journey in this incarnation, you feel empowered. When enough people feel their own personal empowerment and self-love, they can't help but raise the overall energy and frequency of the whole world. And that's something beautiful to imagine. This truly does promise to be a powerful eclipse. Let's see how it plays out. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon.